Good morning, grade 3. Welcome back to the English class. In the previous class, we learned the story Simon Says, and we also discussed a few exercises from the chapter. Today, we'll discuss a few more exercises. So today, we'll be discussing first the grammar section, then we'll discuss the listening exercise, then we'll continue with the speaking exercise. So let's start with the grammar section. So this is about sentences. You know what is a sentence? You can say a sentence is a word or a group of words that conveys a complete thought. That is, a sentence is a meaningful group of words that conveys a statement, a question, an exclamation, a request or a command. For example, Meera is walking. That is a sentence. It is a meaningful group of words. It conveys a thought, it conveys an idea. And you see, a typical sentence contains a subject and a predicate. Now, what is a subject? Whom or what the sentence is about. That's called the subject. And what that subject is doing or what is described about the subject. That is called the predicate. For example, when you say, Meera is walking. Here we are talking about Meera. So Meera is the subject here. The part is walking. That describes what Meera is doing. So that is the predicate in this sentence. That is, the subject is Meera and the predicate is walking. So a sentence is usually made up of a subject and a predicate. Now let me give you a few more examples of sentences. What is your name? That is a question. That is an example of a sentence. My name is Reshma. That is a statement. Now, I am saying stop this. That is an order or a command. Please stand up. That is a request, a polite request. You see, are all these sentences of the same kind? No. These are different types of sentences. So you see, there are 4 kinds of sentences. Which are they? There are statements, questions, exclamatory sentences, and then requests or commands. Let's see each one of these one by one. So the first type, statements or declarative sentences. These sentences state a fact and usually end in a period or a full stop. For example, when you say, Grandpa is my favorite person in the world, that's a statement or a fact. This kind of sentence is a statement or a declarative sentence. You are declaring a fact there. Now the next type, questions or interrogative sentences. Now these kind of sentences are used to ask a question and they end in a question mark. For example, when you ask, how is Simon? You see that question mark at the end? That's a question you are asking there. That is an interrogative sentence, or this is an example of a sentence in question form. Now the next type, exclamatory sentences. Now, exclamatory sentences are used to express excitement or emotion, and these kind of sentences end in an exclamation mark. Like when you say, what a beautiful picture. There you are expressing your excitement. Alas, the parrot is dead. There you are expressing an emotion. Here is one more example. Ma, Simon can walk. This is a sentence from the story that you have learned just now. So you see exclamation mark being used in this sentence to express that emotion. So this is an example of exclamatory sentence. Now the next type, commands or requests or imperative sentences. Now these kind of sentences are used to express commands or to make a polite request. And these kind of sentences end in a full stop. Now here is one example, stand there. That is a command. Please give me a pencil. There you are making a polite request. So now I hope you are clear with what is a sentence and the different types of sentences that we usually use. Now let's move to the exercise part. All of you please turn to page number 26 in your English reader. Do you see the heading grammar? There is a small note given there about the kinds of sentences. Make sure you read the same and then come to the exercise part. So let me read the question. So I hope you have read that note. Now let's do the exercise part. Section A. Think about sentences people said to you yesterday. Were they statements, questions, exclamatory sentences, commands or requests? Write 2 examples of each. So think about yesterday. The people around you might have told you different kinds of sentences. You have to recollect these sentences and then think of what kind of sentences were these. Your mother may have told some sentences to you, your father, your siblings, maybe even your friends. Just think of those sentences, recollect them, and then you can write these sentences here and then you have to mention what kind of sentence it is. There is an example given in the textbook. Clean your room. That is a command. Have you done your homework? So there you are asking a question. So similarly, space is provided in the textbook to write 2 sentences that your mother told you yesterday, and you have to mention what kind of sentence is that. And there are also spaces provided here in the textbook to write about the sentences that different people in your family might have told you. So once you finish that, you can move to the next section. Here it says, when you have finished, read out your sentences to your partner. See if she or he can guess what kind of sentences they are. Then listen to your partner's sentences and guess the kind of sentences they are. So you can do this like a game. You can do this along with your siblings or friends or your parents. You both have to write down different sentences and mention what kind of sentence it is. Then you can read out the sentences to each other and then think about what kind of sentence they are. So this is going to be fun. Now if you are done with that, let's discuss the next exercise. This is the listening exercise. Now listen to a story on friendship and fill in these blanks. Children, you can do this exercise with the help of your digital content of the textbook and navigate to this page. You can see the same page in the digital content of the book, and just beside the heading listening, you'll see a symbol. When you click on it, you'll be able to hear that story. Anyway, I'll read out the story here. You can listen to it very carefully and then answer the questions that follow here. If needed, you can replay this video, listen to it again and complete the exercise, or you can replay the audio given in the digital content. So let me read out the story to you. It goes, The Ant and the Dove. One day, an ant went to the bank of a river to drink water. Sadly, the ant slipped and fell into the river. Help! Help! It cried. I don't know how to swim. The ant was about to drown, but a dove was perched on a branch of a tree that grew beside the river. The dove heard the ant's cries. She plucked a big leaf and dropped it in the river. The ant managed to climb onto the leaf. She reached the river bank and thanked the dove. A few days later, one day, the ant noticed a hunter. He was creeping up to the tree on which the dove lived with her family. The ant became worried. The hunter wants to trap the dove family. What should I do to alert the dove? She said to herself. Meanwhile, the hunter had started to climb the tree. The ant knew that she did not have much time. She too began climbing the tree. She saw the hunter with a trap in his hand. Now or never, screamed the ant. She bit the hunter on his leg with all her might. The hunter shrieked in pain and fell from the tree with an awful thud. The dove came out of his house to see what the commotion was about. "Oh, you saved my life today, dear friend," said she. "One good turn deserves another, my friend," said the ant with a smile. After this, the ant and the dove remained lifelong friends. So children, did you all hear that story? Wasn't that lovely? So if needed, you can replay this video, listen to the story again and complete the exercise. Or else you can access the digital content to complete the exercise. Now, shall we move on to the next section? This is the speaking exercise. And here, this is about expressing opinion. Who is your best friend? Discuss with your partner. Share your stories about your best friend with others in the class. Does anyone else have the same qualities as your best friend? You can use these hint questions. Why do you like your best friend? What qualities does your friend have? Is your friend funny, generous, helpful? How would you feel if your best friend stops talking to you? Has your best friend ever stood by you when you were in trouble? What happened? What did your best friend do? So here this exercise is about expressing your opinion about something. We all have friends, we all have opinions, and we all have best friends whom we love to spend our time with, whom we share with all our secrets, who stands by us during all our good and bad times. So we all have got best friends. Here in this exercise, you have to talk about who is your best friend, and also you have to share stories about your best friend, and you can also include the points as mentioned in the hints given here. Just talk about it, record it and send it to us through Microsoft Teams. So children, I hope you are clear with the exercise part we discussed today. Let me remind you the homework for the day once again. You can read the story once again and complete all the exercise till where we discussed today. Once you are done, you can submit your answers in Microsoft Teams. So that's all for today. We'll discuss the rest of the exercise in the next class. So till then, bye.